Hello, it's Monday, September 19th. I'm John Evans, and you're on Small Town Network.
Yeah, and I'm Scott Wilk, and you're watching Community News.
Yeah, coming up we have a brand new school reporter, and in my opinion, a very good school reporter this time. We got events, we got news, we got weather, we got birthdays, and a little later in the program, I'm going to have a little bit of a rant on some local politics.
Yeah, lots of stuff going on in local politics. We've got an election coming in November. And there's some shenanigans we feel like going on, so stay tuned for that. You don't want to miss that.
Absolutely. And first, though, we've got information on the James Rogers contest.
Yeah, we had a contest going on. As you know, this week we posted James Rogers is coming to one of our sponsors, the Country Tonight Theater. And there's some information about that. Yeah, September 23rd, James Rogers will be at Country Tonight Theater at 8 p.m., if you don't know James Rogers, you probably haven't been around here too much because James Rogers has been around and he's been at Dollywood. He had his own theater back in the day, but he is awesome. Super great guy. I've got to work with James Rogers. Really, really love him. Such a great guy. But we had a contest, and this week, all you had to do is comment with your favorite country music artist or your favorite country music song. Had all kinds of different ones from Dolly's Jolene to Three Wooden Crosses, all that kind of stuff. But we have our first winner, and this is 2 tickets to see James Rogers at Country Tonight Theater. And that's, again, September 23rd, this Friday. Our winner is Shelly Newport from Crossville. So, Shelly, thanks for playing. Thanks for entering. You get 2 tickets to the James Rogers show on Friday. Now we have 2 more tickets to give away, and here's the cool part. You have to be a viewer to win these. I'm not going to post any information in the title of our posts that we share through the many groups. You just have to comment and say, hey, I want to go see James Rogers. Do that on our post on the Small Town Network page. Because sometimes if people share the page and share the show, it gets lost and we don't see that. So be sure you go to Small Town Network on Facebook, find today's show, and comment on there and say, I would like to go see James Rogers. We will enter you in to win 2 tickets.
Yeah, we always ask you to share and like the page. And sometimes I'll share the thing as me, and I'll share it to a group. Yeah. And then if you do that and you share it from that group to somewhere else, somebody shares that and somebody comments on that, now there's a good chance we'll still know it. Yeah. But to be 100% certain, click back to the original post and comment there on any contest that we're doing.
So to be sure your vote is counted, even though we got an election rant coming, you got to hang out for the election rant. It's so good. It's but again, just comment, go to Small Town Network, comment on this post, and you will get to go see James Rogers at Country Tonight Theater. He's so good, such a great guy. Oh man, just can't say enough about him. But congratulations to Shelly Newport. I'll be contacting you. But yeah, congratulations again. Don't forget, like and share our post.
Please.
I have to thank all the groups that are sharing our post, and I have to question some of the groups that aren't sharing our post. Just recently, the Happening in Harriman group declined our post for the show. Don't understand, especially when most of the events that we cover, and we always are talking about how great Harriman does as far as local events.
Well, and, you know, quite often things can happen, and sometimes there's several administrators on the page, and it may be somebody that hopped in there and is not a frequent administrator on the page, and they say, well, we're only doing local stuff, this is Rockwood.
Yeah.
But, you know, if it happens to be you, hey, please let us get on there and contact us if you got stuff you want us to promote and help you with. We'd be happy to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. But seriously, like and share. Thank you to all the groups. Gosh, I think we're up to sharing it to almost 40 groups a week. Yeah. We're reaching thousands of people. We're trying to cover all the little towns and all the little events that go on from here to almost to Chattanooga, even to Knoxville and back.
And it's hard. We hadn't talked about this, but it's a little bit odd. It's hard to know what kind of metric do we use to decide whether or not we're having any effect or it's working and word's getting out and whether or not it's something to like. There was a salesman from a local radio station in wanted to talk about the Fall Festival and whether or not we want to do some ad spots there. And he knew we were doing the show, and it had been a few months since last time I talked to him, we were about to start, and he asked, well, what's our viewership? And I told him the numbers, and we went over the metrics of how far we're covering and how many people are watching it and watching the post. He was very impressed for the length of time we've been up. So,
and that's thanks
I've
to
got to
you
use
guys.
that as thinking that it's working well.
Yeah, that's all thanks to you. You guys are the ones liking and following our page. It's hard to believe we've only been doing this since middle of January, and we've covered a lot of great things. Now we're a part of Rockwood High School's curriculum. So again, and if you're new to the show, hey, it's usually about 30 minutes. We try to cover all the local events going on. We got weather, birthdays. Don't forget to send in, if you got somebody with a birthday, send in a pic, a video, or anything going on. We're here for you, and we're trying to cover the stuff that's going on here locally that doesn't get covered by the big dogs.
We want to know your opinions too. It's not just our opinions that are important. It's your opinion and things that you want discussed, things you want to show people. So contact us.
So like and share, follow us, and don't forget we got a YouTube channel, Small Town Network Live on YouTube. It's HD. It's a lot easier to watch on their smart TVs. So hey, but thank you to everybody. You guys are really, we grow every week. It's amazing. But hey, speaking of things to do, that heads us into our first segment, which is Things to Do, which is brought to you by Mr. John and Evans Financial.
Yeah, Evans Financial, and going to shift gears again this week and talk about the Evans agency side of things. Still, contact information is the same, but I've been experiencing some really good coverage with some new carriers on the property and casualty side, looking at auto and home for folks. And we send that out there, and we're getting 6 or 8 different carriers to re-quote things for folks. If you bring in your deck page, we're going to match those up and make sure we get the same coverages, but we're going to cover a lot of different companies, and some of them are really coming in really well. So do yourself a favor. If you get that renewal notice and it's up a little bit, come see me. We'll shop it. Doesn't cost anything to do that. Have a cup of coffee, and we'll just talk about stuff. And you might save some money.
Yeah, and there's his contact info on the screen.
Yep.
But definitely contact John. Nothing better than having a local contact, especially when it involves your investments or your insurance needs, stuff like that. And it's a lot easier to talk to a real person than it is a phone call to somebody, and who knows.
That is the case.
Who knows what country. I've actually dealt with that personally. And I'm sure she was not in America. But anyway, that heads us into Things to Do. And as always, we are starting with our Bluegrass Jamming.
Bluegrass Jamming, that's tomorrow night at the Bradbury Community Club, 6 to 10. $2 to get in. Now you can play or watch and listen. And snacks and food are available. If you got any questions, call Marie, 865-458-3703.
Yeah, and then Food Truck Wednesday.
Food Truck Wednesday over there in Harriman. They got the Crazy Cubans, and they got Eddie's Famous Cornbread. They're downtown Harriman from 11 to 2 on the 400 block of North Rome Street. Get over there and give them a taste.
Yeah, awesome thing. Awesome that Harriman does that. Heck, we could have food trucks down here. It's awesome. But
we'll talk about that sometime. There's an ordinance about some of that. But
well, there you go.
Yep.
But yeah, go check out the Crazy Cubans. It sounds good. I'm hungry right now, so that sounds good. And here's a farmer's market in Crossville.
Farmer's market in Crossville this Wednesday, and it's at the Square, 8 to 1. And once again, that's local produce. And I don't know, but I got to think local honey is just as important to eat local produce.
Yeah, and they always say that for your allergies, if you got bad allergies and stuff, it's actually better to get local honey. The stuff you get from the store, who knows where that comes from. But when you do local honey, it actually helps your body get used to all the pollen and all that stuff.
It's got to help you. I mean, it's got to give you some benefit to have local produce as well.
Yeah, so go check that out. This one, I have to apologize. I've missed this event, and just totally accidental because we get so many emails and messages. So here's one at the First Presbyterian Church.
The Oasis Children Program at the First Presbyterian Church. That's at 429 Rockwood Street. They have a weekly Bible school for kids, pre-K through 5th grade, 6 p.m. to 8. Yeah,
and again, sorry I kept forgetting that, but it's a great time to have your kids go and learn a little bit about the Bible. So awesome, and thanks for his patience in me missing him a couple weeks in a row. But here's an interesting thing coming up on the 22nd.
Yeah, 22nd, it's the first day of autumn. It's equinox.
It's Thursday.
On the 22nd. And if you're in the northern hemisphere, it's the first day of autumn. If you're in the southern hemisphere, it's the first day of spring. So everybody gets a change this weekend.
So it will be officially fall here coming up soon. Here's another farmers market in Wartburg.
Farmers market in Wartburg. That's Friday and Saturday, the Morgan County Farmers Market. And Fridays it's 3 p.m. to 6. Saturdays it's 9 a.m. to 12. And that's at the Morgan County Visitor Center in Wartburg.
Yeah, go check that out. And here's our Kingston Farmers Market on the lake.
As always, we got the Kingston Farmers Market every Saturday, 8 a.m. to 11. That's at 203 South Kentucky Street. And once again, local farmers, local produce, and go to kingstonlakesidemarket.com for more information.
And if you don't want to go all the way out to Kingston, here's one at our Tractor Supply in Rockwood.
Yeah, in this Shape Up, as we're calling it, the Shape Up Plaza there. At the Tractor Supply from 8 a.m. to 12, they're going to have locally grown produce and seasonal products.
Yeah, and we haven't talked about the Roan State here in a while. Here's the painted horse.
Painted horses at Roan State, and we're unclear whether or not there's a price to get in.
Yeah.
But so don't go and tell them we said you get in free, because we're not saying
sure.
that. But that's 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. But if you want to know, call or contact Tracy Haskell there. Tracy.Haskell@trexis.com.
Trexis, yeah, never heard of that. But here's the Fried Pickle Festival.
Yeah, and there's a good chance we're going to head down to that one. We've been several times, and that's a good little festival. Yeah. But the Fried Pickle Festival in Athens at the Regional Park, that's at 2405 Decatur Pike. Put that in your GPS and head down there. It goes from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. And you can look them up on Facebook or contact them by email.
Yeah. And here's the Crossville Cruisers are back.
Crossville Cruisers on North Main Street in Crossville this Saturday from 12 p.m. to 5. It's free to get in. There's food vendors. And for more information, look for Cruising Crossville on Facebook.
Yeah, and here's another good one. Great festival time. You can tell fall's here. The Apple Festival.
Apple Festival. If there's a conflict, we're probably going to go to the Apple Festival. We've been there a number of times, and it's always fun. It's always packed. And, oh, man, the number of vendors. I wish we had that many vendors down here at Fall Festival. But, hey, it is $5 to get in. Kids under 10 get in free, and it's there at the Homestead Tower Museum grounds and school grounds.
Yeah.
If you're coming up through Spring City, up Grandview, through Grassy Cove is a great way to go. You cannot miss it. It's right there.
Yeah, that looks like a great time. Really hope to be able to make it out there. And here is one in Harriman.
Harriman is, how are you going to pronounce that?
Babahatchee.
Babahatchee.
And you know what? I looked it up. It says that Babahatchee means like babbling river.
Ah, okay. Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And they're going to have a band Sunday concert.
But look how Sunday is spelled. That's significant. It really is the ice cream Sunday concert.
Ah, okay. Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And it's if you're doing GPS, once again, put it in 642 Cumberland Street in Harriman and get over there between 3 and 5. And they're going to have ice cream. Yeah,
it's going to be cool. So check them out on Facebook for more info. And hey, here in Kingston is the Bluegrass Barbecue Festival. Can't wait.
It's on the 25th. That's 4 to 8 p.m. at the Grove Church, 2150 Kingston Highway in Kingston. It's free. Local vendors, live music, and contact Kara for more information.
Yeah, and this one I probably should have had in the next week thing, but this is September 29th.
Yep.
Is a clay class.
Clay class. Now, you say this, they used to be a vendor at the...
I believe that Fondle My Art Designs was I thought they were a bushel and a peck before. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that.
Yeah.
But they got this coming up on the 29th,
They're going to have a 2-hour class for making textured and ceramic pumpkins, and they're going to fire them for you for $35, and go to 118 North Roan Street in Harriman, or contact them through roantourism.com.
Yeah, and that wraps up our things to do. All kinds of things to do. You can tell fall is in the air because it's a festival after another. But some good stuff, so go out there. And hey, don't forget, if you go to any of these events, send us some pictures. We would love to share it.
Love to see them. Once again, always, if you find a vendor you particularly love, snag a card, send it to me, so maybe we can get them down here for our fall event.
Yeah, we'll talk about it in the other interest coming up later, but October 1st is our Rockwood Fall Festival. Absolutely. So don't miss out on that. But that heads us into our local school news segment. Excited about this segment. But that's brought to you by The Shop.
The Shop, right on the corner of Rockwood Street and Front Street. and they really do a good job supporting local businesses, and they are local hairstylists. So each girl sets their own appointments. So give each one a call if you need a haircut or need some service there. And
there's Amber
and Evelyn.
Elvin. We're live,
Larissa Henderson, and there's her contact info as well. And just
but they're right on Rockwood Street, and here's their prices.
Their prices, now that's the thing that's impressive. Ladies, you know how much you can spend on your hair, and I want you to check out these prices. I want to compare that to what you're paying wherever you're going now, and I think you're going to find you're going to save some money here on the corner of Rockwood Street and Front Street.
Yeah, so go check them out. Tell them you saw them on Small Town Network. Here it is, the first semester. We were talking last week. We're already more than halfway through the first semester. Gosh, can't believe that. Here's your second semester, and don't forget, if you need PDF copies of any of this, we'll send it to you. Just email us. And here's some of the in-service days and staff development days. But hey, we wrapped up week 5 for football. Here's your week 5 football scores.
Wartburg over Midway. Sweetwater beats Kingston. Oliver Springs, they got the big goose egg against Green back there. Harriman same way over Sunbright, beat them 32-0. And Monterey doubles Rockwood score at 28-14.
Yeah, and here's your upcoming sports this week.
Yeah, we got, looks like we got everything at home. We got, on the 19th, we got soccer. Kingston at home at 6.
Yeah.
On the 20th, now, they're going to be working on the food pantry there at Ridgeview Elementary School at 4:30.
Yeah. And then get your flu shots, teachers.
Now, this is for the staff only, but if you're a teacher there, RHS staff, get in there at 1 p.m. and get your flu shot. And on the 22nd, we got soccer here against Oneida at 6:30.
Yeah, and then football homecoming game.
Homecoming game, man, it slipped up on me. And we got Harriman here at 7:30.
Yeah, and speaking of homecoming week, they have their special color days. So you try to wear these colors. Of course, John and I are wearing our neon blue today. We didn't get the memo, but yeah, there's your colors for this week.
And this is totally my fault. I should have recognized this was homecoming week, and I should have pulled up some old photos. I mean, they're going all out on their days, and we used to do that. I'm sure they've done it from before us to today. And it would have been nice to get people to send in their homecoming week photos.
But since it's homecoming week, and if you're a
send
student,
them on in.
Send them in.
We'll post them.
Yeah, just make sure if you're under 18, you got to get your parents' permission to send in your pictures for us to put it out here.
If you're like me, you're over 18 and you got some old photos, send those in. We may do a special post.
Old Rockwood High School alumni, send in your Spirit Week color stuff. And then also, the homecoming dance is coming up Friday.
And that's Friday, of course, after the game, 9:30 to midnight. It's in the cafeteria now.
Yeah.
We used to have them in the gym.
Oh, wow.
It's $5 to get in, and just
go see Mrs. Sword for tickets. If you don't remember Mrs. Sword, we did that special when Heather Haley came to meet with the teacher. The class, that was Mrs. Sword's class. Oops, I got stuck there. But so go see Mrs. Sword's for tickets. And speaking of it, now here's something that all of us can participate in and show Rockwood High School our support. But this week is the homecoming parade.
And homecoming parade, Rockwood will start filling up just after lunchtime, about 12:30. You're going to have trouble finding a parking spot downtown. Everybody comes out. And if that's something you want to do, hey, come by. It'd be a great time to come by my office early. We'll watch the homecoming parade from my office, and they always end up right at the gazebo in the park and have their little pep rally.
It's a good time.
Oh, it's a lot of fun.
Man, it makes you feel like you live, it's good there's some good stuff about small town. The politics things comes later. But
I just always stand out on the street and feel old.
Yeah, but it's such a good time. So everybody come on out, wear your green, come out and support Rockwood. But speaking of Rockwood, if you are just joining us and you're new, we are now a part of the Rockwood High School curriculum. the Mrs. Clements journalism class. Now every week we have a different reporter, a student reporter, and this is all a part of their grade for their journalism class. Now that class also does yearbook. They have a new podcast that we'll tell you about in just a moment. But yeah, so every week we get a report from a local high school student. So this week we're going to let the student take it away, but this is Kiera Bowers from Bobby Clements' journalism class. So here she goes.
Hi, I'm Kiera Bowers, and I'm going to be giving you a little rundown of all the fun things that are happening at Rockwood High School this week. This week is homecoming week, which is super exciting. Today, we were told to dress up as rappers, rock stars, or country singers. Tonight, at 6, our JV football team will be playing Kingston, and at lunch, we will be playing the Minute to Win It games. Tomorrow is Character Day, and it will also be the practice for the Powder Puff game, which they have just brought back this year. The golf team has a match tomorrow against Kingston. Wednesday is Fright Day and homecoming court practice. Thursday is Decade Day, the talent show, and the volleyball tournament, so hopefully we won't be in class for too long. Friday is Spirit Day, and each grade level has been assigned a color to wear. Freshmen are gold, sophomores are white, juniors are green, and seniors are black. Friday, when we do queen voting, the candidates are Belle Webb, Kennedy Hines, and Katie Nelson. The homecoming attendants who will also walk out with the queen candidates are myself, Piper Medlock, Bella Fink, Zoe Birchfield, Molly Leonard, Avery Miles, Maddie Smith, Madison Hicks, Anna Givens, Aria Stover, Emma Gallagher, and Jordan Watts. Friday will also be the Powder Puff game, the parade, and of course the homecoming game against Harriman. The homecoming ceremony will take place during halftime of that game. That's everything that's going on this week at Rockwood High School. Thank you for watching.
Yeah, and great job, man. Really great job.
Really good job.
Yeah, Kiera Bowers nailed it on that one. I even sent Ms. Clements a text and said, man, she did great. So really good. Excited about our Rockwood High School program. But hey, special announcement. Found out about this today. But Rockwood High School is beginning their podcast today. It's called Tiger Talk Podcast. Look for that on Spotify. Give them some support. Those kids are working real hard. They do the yearbook. They're doing our program. They're doing this podcast. So really, really great to see. And they are doing a great job. So go out and support them. Look for Tiger Talk Podcast on Spotify. And don't forget, if you're a Rockwood middle or high school football player or cheerleader, hey, after the game, make one of our sponsors, Goodfellas, your party place for after the home games. After the home games, the Rockwood middle and high school football players and cheerleaders get a free personal pizza at Goodfellas, so go check them out. But yeah, great job, really great job to Mrs. Clements' journalism class. We're enjoying that. We're getting a lot of feedback from the public. So thank you guys for that. You guys are doing a great job. Other news in local schools, Oakdale, it's Spirit Week. So dress each day for the appropriate theme. Today was favorite athletes or team.
Mathletes.
Or versus mathletes, which is you could dress up as a nerd, that's what we did today. So thank you for Oakdale High School for noticing.
They probably include physicists in that as well.
Yeah, and Tuesday's Top Gun Tuesday, your favorite movie or Disney character. Wednesday is babies versus senior citizens. And it's cool, they broke it up by class. So the juniors and seniors are senior citizens. The freshmen and sophomore have to dress as babies. And if you're pre-K, you can get your pre-K through 8th.
Come as you are.
You get to pick. But Thursdays is Throwback Thursday. Dress up as your favorite decade. Hopefully see some 80s folks in there. And then Friday is the Oaks. What do you say? Onoki Day? I don't know. Red, white, and just basically wear your Oakdale school colors.
One Oakdale?
One Oakdale? I don't know. But anyway, and also, as always, we always share, here's your Harriman City League football schedule. This would be the 24th coming up home at Oliver Springs. Don't forget to get your Roane County High School band discount cards, just $10. And a lot of great local sponsors on there. Courtney's Diner, Domino's, Club Tan, the Gondolier Restaurant. So support them. Those businesses for supporting those kids. Here's your entire Tennessee Valley Athletic Association. Don't forget, if you need a copy of that, just send it to us. Don't forget, get your Rockwood Ram cards. Support them. $20, and that's just a little tiny snippet of all that whole card of discounts. But you can contact them on Facebook. But yeah, great job, great week, fun week for the kids this week. But that heads us into weather, which is brought to you by one of our favorite sponsors, Shape Up.
Shape Up in what we're calling the Shape Up Plaza over there. But hey, it is a great place to go work out. Tom and I try to get out there frequently. Now they got a big room and they can do aerobics and they have classes in there. Check them out on their Facebook page or go see them and get their schedule for that. Plenty of free weights. They got great packages for you and your whole family.
Yeah.
And plenty of machines and aerobic information.
Tuesday.
On Tuesday, they have, they want you to come to Shape Up with us, and they've got a dance cardio, and they got toning in the afternoon. Now, the great thing about that is if you happen to be a little older and you're on a Medicare supplement or Advantage plan, hey, get a hold of Ken and Mary. Their contact information is coming up. There's a very, very good chance that your plan will pay your membership dues.
Yeah, so again, go check them out at Shape Up, Ken and Mary March. We appreciate them. And if we don't get that plaza name, the Shape Up Plaza, soon, I don't know what'll happen. I actually drove by and it's called the Roan Center or something weird like that. I think Shape Up Plaza.
They didn't ask us before they
did not ask us, but yeah, go see them. Let me get out of the way. There's their website. They got Facebook and all that. But hey, again, we want to thank WVLT Channel 8. Gonna go meet with them this week with the news director out there. And a big thank you to Heather Haley and all of the First Alert Channel 8 weather crew for sending us their weather information. And here's our 8-day forecast. As you can see, tomorrow we've got a 10% chance of rain, but look at this on Wednesday. Summer is trying to have its last battle.
Yeah, we found out we're about to autumn, but the weather's not playing it.
Yeah, nice thing is we still got these cooler temperatures as the week goes on. Your UT game on Saturday. Looks like it's going to be good weather for that. I don't think they're home this week. Actually, they are, and it's the Florida game, a big game coming this week. UT really whooped up on them last week.
UT has turned out to have a better team than I think people anticipated.
I hate to say it, I enjoyed the UT game this past weekend. It was really good, and they've done so many improvements to UT Stadium. It's amazing, all the lighting effects and all that stuff. So it's one of those things I'm probably going to have to go check out. But don't forget to check out Varsity All Access on Channel 8 on Friday, and then get ready for your UT game. There again, looks like in the weekend we're heading into a little bit of rain, and we'll give you your current look at the radar. Whoops, let me wake it up there because it didn't like that But there's your current radar, and as always, we're saying that Bowling Green makes their own weather.
Yeah, we don't know what's going on here. Somebody's unlucky or made somebody mad up in Bowling Green.
Yeah, but yeah, it's again. Let me make it move for you here. There we go. But yeah, so again, this is a future cast. You'll see when it resets. There's really not any rain right now, but again, some coming from up north there, but really not supposed to make it into our area. As you can see, it's kind of falling apart there. So hopefully it does. Hopefully your night will stay good. And again, we do appreciate so much all of the crew there. At WVLT Channel 8, and especially Heather Haley and her great crew. Man, she's so awesome. Got to say a huge thank you to her for everything that she's done for us, allowing us to have this her weather on here. Makes it so much easier on me. Go download their apps. They got a news app and a weather app. Both of those are great. We're heading into winter. I hate to say it. But it helps with your school closings and delays. You can set up the news app to alert you when those things happen. So again, go download their apps, and a big, huge thank you to Channel 8. And I'll be seeing them this week, so excited about that. But that heads us into birthdays, which is brought to you by Goodfellas.
Goodfellas over there in the Shape Up Plaza.
That's it. That's it, yeah.
And they've got happy hour.
Every day,
hours are 3 to 5.
Yeah, some good drinks there.
Yeah. And they're on Wednesday. They got 75% wings, 75% wings, Where can you get a better wing at a cheaper price? You
Seriously,
can't.
yeah.
And
then Thursday is Singo Bingo.
Single bingo all day.
It's
all
7
week.
to 9, yeah.
Goodfellas specials all week, and you can enter to win food and drinks.
Yeah, and it's really cool there between 7 and 9, and it's free to enter. You don't have to pay anything to enter, so go down there and check that out. On Fridays, they got karaoke night and gentleman's night, buy one, get one draft beers. Saturday, they've got live bands, 8 p.m. to midnight, and that's ladies' night. Buy one, get one margaritas and Bahama Mama.
Somebody shared a video of one of the bands, and it was really impressive.
Yeah, it was good, yeah. And don't forget, if you are a Rockwood middle or high school football player or cheerleader, you can get a free personal pizza after the home game. But hey, and again, wings, burgers, and breakfast all day. And like John says, that means they cook it there.
Yeah, that's exactly what that means.
I mean, and that's
when you
good to
order
know.
it, they cook it. It's not back there waiting on somebody all day to. You ask for it and they make it.
So there's their updated hours, Monday through Thursday, 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. Friday and Saturday, 11 a.m. to 2 a.m. I didn't read that wrong. That's a long day for them.
Yeah, it is.
But here's today's birthday.
Jean Parker. She was a nurse at my dad's office forever and worked some for my sister.
Well, happy birthday, Miss Jean. And here's some birthdays coming up this week.
Jennifer Goldberg, Robert Pemberton, Mac Pemberton, Eric Willett, Donna Davis, Ray Collett, he was a council member here.
Yeah.
Debbie Smith, Dennis Gass, Hilda Osborne.
Yeah, and then my buddy Jim Collette, he's out in Nashville now, drumming for a band. Alicia Howell, that's daughter of our good buddy Kenny. Amy Jo Wagner, also Liz Ann, Carissa Smith Archer, Robbie Helton, and Kim Stokesbury. And here's a picture we got.
Here's some pictures. Now, I can't say enough good things about Grace Hearn and her husband, Ed. We lost Ed a number of years ago, but some of the finest people I ever met back in the days when I used to travel a lot and I had to go up to Labrador City, and these folks just, were the nicest folks, and invite you into their home, and when they're having an event, they knew that I was stuck away from home towards the holidays and included me in everything that was going on. Still get Christmas cards from Grace and her dogs, and just everyone up there, including Grace, some of the finest people I ever met, some of the nicest, most hospitality, the greatest hospitality that I ever experienced, and loved that whole time up there, and all the years that I spent working with those folks. And once again, can't say enough good things about Grace and her husband.
Yeah, so happy birthday to Grace. And that wraps up our birthdays. And don't forget, if you got a birthday coming up, or if you know somebody that's got a birthday coming up, we'll tell you at the end of the program how to contact us. And send us pictures, send us video. We would love to share that with our viewers, and that way you could tag them and say, hey, you were on the Small Town Network Community News Show. That heads us into other interests, which is brought to you by Country Tonight Theater. Again, Country Tonight Theater, really great friends of mine. I gotta thank Jeff Taylor, the GM out there. They have a great show, man. This year's show is so awesome. And you're in luck. There's matinees galore right now. So Tuesdays and Thursdays, if you don't want to stay up late and make that drive, you can actually go early and catch a matinee on Tuesday or Thursday. And don't forget, this Friday, James Rogers coming up at 8 p.m. He's so great. Love him. You will love that show. Congratulations to Shelly Newport, our winner from Crossville. And don't forget, all you got to do is say, I want to see James Rogers. Comment on this post on our page.
On the original page, not one of the shared ones. Come all the way back.
Yeah, come to Small Town Network page and comment on our post, and that'll get you entered. I'm going to give you today and tomorrow, and then because it's so soon, we're going to announce the winner Wednesday morning. That way you can make your plans for Friday. So just comment, and again, thanks to Shelly Newport and all those who entered. We had so many great country music singers and songs, but thank you guys for that. So again, James Rogers, September 23rd, and even if you don't win, go see that show. Call up the Country Tonight Theater and tell them you heard about it here on the Small Town Network. And they have a website, countrytonightpf.com. And there's their phone number, but you can get that. So here's some other interests going on coming up soon.
Yeah, October 1st, and they're going to have a poker run that benefits St. Jude's. They're going to have 5 stops: a Smokehouse Bar and Grill, Spring City Restaurant and Marina, Arrowhead Resort, and Factory Direct Marine and RV.
Yeah, and also October 1st.
As our Rockwood Fall Festival downtown. And there's still time to be a vendor. Just contact me directly if you want to be a vendor.
Yeah.
If you're arts and crafts, it's just $35. If you're a local charity, we'll talk about that. If you're a food vendor, it's just $60, but you got to provide some insurance information. Call me and we'll talk about it. But still plenty of time. The other good thing, the only reason we do these events, if you're a local business and you want to tell people what you do and where you're at, contact me. You got a free spot. Just tell me you want it.
Yeah.
And we're going to make sure you've got a place. We're going to have, weather permitting, and it always varies, but somewhere around 3,000 to 5,000 people walking through town that day. Great place to show people, hey, this is me, this is what I do. It's a resource, use it, contact me, we'll make sure it happens.
Yeah, always a good time. So again, contact John if you want to be a vendor, or if you want to set up a table, if you're a new local business or something like that. But always a good time. Hope that the weather will hold out.
Yeah.
We got so lucky last year. It was perfect.
It was beautiful. And Scott's going to do sound again.
Yeah. Sound and music provided by Wilk Production Studios. And here's something else going on right here in downtown Rockwood on the 22nd of October.
22nd, we got John Snyder from the Dukes of Hazzard and Cody McCarver from the Confederate Railroad. They're going to be back at the Rec live on October 22nd at 6 p.m. Now, a whole bunch of tickets are already gone. But there are still some, so give Bill a call at that number.
Yeah, I'll pop it back up there.
He'll make sure you're taken care of there.
Yeah, 615-585-9301. Let them know you're coming, and I think they're in a position now where they can actually give you a physical ticket. So call Bill, and he'll get you all set up. But don't want to miss that one. It's really awesome. Yeah. Here's another cool thing coming up: multiple weekends in October. The Tennessee Medieval Fair.
Yep. The 1st and 2nd, 8th and 9th, and 15th and 16th.
Yeah. And 13 and up, it's $20. 5 through 12, $10. And kids 4 and under are free. Go to that website there, and if you have trouble figuring out what that website is, hey, shoot me a message or email, and I'll send you that link so that you don't have to try to write all that down. But hey, they sent us a video, so hey, check this out.
We want people to feel that they have a sense of belonging, that this is a safe place. Leave whatever's bothering you outside at the door, right? And then you don't have to pick it up when you leave. People have a choice of what they want to do with their time and their money, right? So they have to have something that is worth it for them. One thing nice about Medieval Fair and Renaissance Festival is that there's something for the whole family. Everybody can have a good time. They get to feel like they've gone into a time machine and they've gone back in time, and now they're in England. And they get to experience this other world where they can meet the king, they can get up on stage, they can have a turkey leg and beer. So it's really that they get to be part of it. If they want to dress up, they can enter the costume contest. We have people that say they brought their family every single year. They look forward to it, and the kids grow up and they can do more things. So I think it's a feeling of belonging for them too. They're part of it. It's like Alice in Wonderland. They're gone through the mirror, right? And they're in it.
Yeah, gonna be a good time.
Man, that looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah, there you go. Again, is the website there to get the information. But yeah, and we talked to Barry. Got to thank Barry for sending those videos. Those are great videos, very well done. But we should be having some tickets to give away. So when we get those, we'll have some more contests to give away tickets. Talked about this on the last program. If you hear the music in the background, that's my good friends Uzori. They are a Ukrainian folk band, and they are in Ukraine right now. And in case you didn't know, the war is still going on. You don't see about it on the news anymore. But there's my friends Uzori. That's them with me at Dollywood. They were there for the Festival of Nations almost, 20 years ago. I got to meet them and have become very, very close friends with them and been in contact ever since. There's a more recent picture of them, but I wanted to share this with you. I shared it with you last week, but this is video of them playing, and they've been playing all over Ukraine, and there's multiple videos, but this is one I got directly from them, so I know I can share it. But they've been doing their music all around Ukraine for the benefit of their soldiers, and their soldiers are doing a great job. But have to send a big shout out to my Ukrainian friends, Alexander, that's Vladimir, playing, I'm gonna call it a flute, but I'm sure it's called something else. But Anatoly, Ivan, Sina, and Natalia, and Alexander's on the far right side on the accordion. But they've been all over Ukraine playing their music in support for their troops. So again, gotta send a good thank you out to them, and we're still praying for you guys and hoping that we're at the end of this. Putin's not doing real well. I saw this week somebody from India, one of the leaders from India was meeting with Putin at something in another country, and he said, hey, you got to end this. And so Putin said, well, we'll end it as soon as we can.
And he had some meetings with China, I think last week. And so, that's kind of, is going to tell you what happens shortly after that, whether or not he's getting some support or he's kind of left on his own again. And I'm told that some of the opposition in Russia is taking a step forward or so. So
yeah,
it's going to be a very interesting time.
I saw another report that a Russian soldier had messaged home and said, it's bad, we're losing. And of course, Putin has got it to where you can't put out wrong news, and he's made it a law, and he's just trying to scare them into sharing the real information. But again, gotta say a good shout out to my Ukrainian friends, Uzori. We love you, we're praying for you, and we always appreciate your music on our show. Yeah. That brings us to, and I hope you all have stuck around for this. We don't get to rant very often, but this is a serious issue. But John's gonna tell us about some local political stuff.
Some stuff
going on.
Some of it I'm not real happy about, and always interested in being corrected if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
So in just a moment, you're going to get contact information here, or you can contact me with the stuff from Evans Financial earlier. But I will make sure that we're 100% accurate on this. So I'm going to tell you what I know to be true and some things that have happened. So first controversy is you may notice that there's some signs out for the city elections already. And from looking at the information that was given to candidates, I'm of the opinion, but I could be wrong, and a lot of the candidates are of the opinion that the day is 45 days prior to the general election, which is in November, which puts the date to somewhere around this
Friday
weekend.
the 23rd, yeah.
Before you can start campaigning and before you can start putting signs out. Now, the controversy is whether or not it's 45 days from early voting.
Yeah.
And but it's almost like there's a faction that jumped the gun, in my opinion. There's a faction that's waiting till what they think is the right date. And there are no parties locally. You're not going to say these are Republicans, these are Democrats, these are Libertarians, these are whatever.
Yeah.
It's just who's kind of aligned with kind of the current ruling faction and who's aligned to somebody that wants some change here in town. And the ones that are holding off are kind of the candidates that won't change. And that's just my breakdown of what I'm seeing. Now, if you're a candidate that's got your signs out, you want to tell me I'm wrong, hey, contact me. Let me know I'm wrong.
But send us proof and where that guideline comes from.
Yeah, and so
there's a lot of gray area going on here.
I called because nobody's getting any information. We're having trouble getting some from the Roane County's election commission. So I called Nashville. I talked to the election commission out in Nashville. Really nice lady there told me that they could not help, that this is a local thing, that our Roane County Election Commission could not help. Since this is a city ordinance on elections, And that's come to find out, the little research, that's where that information came from that the other candidates are going off of. So it's not the county, it's not the state, it's the city. Now, learning that, I think the thing to do if you're a candidate that thinks it's being done wrong, I think you should go immediately to City Attorney Greg Lefew and let him know that you think it's wrong. I would file a complaint and I would ask for a receipt on my complaint. And then I would go immediately to the city and I would file a complaint and I would ask for some sort of receipt on me filing that complaint. And then let's hash it out and let's see. Now, I don't know if there's any, if it turns out that the early people are wrong, I don't know if there's any penalty for that or not. This is all.
But it's something that should be clear, because if you're running, you want to know when you can get your signs out, and it's kind of not fair.
It's not fair.
I mean, everybody should be on the same.
And it should have been
playing field
before. But anyway.
Yeah.
Regardless of that, now the second issue. Now this is kind of plain.
Yeah.
And I think if you do the math, I think this happened before, even if you give them the more liberal interpretation of early voting.
Yeah, this is from more than 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, this is from an incident that happened at the city's Rockin' the Ramp event. Now, we have 3 candidates for mayor. We have Jason Jolly, we have Dudley Evans, and we have Tim Robinson running for mayor. Dudley was speaking with a city employee about going and I think doing some reporting for Channel 12 or BBB Communications, and was told explicitly by the city employee that we will have no campaigning and no politicking at this event. And I assume it's because it was before the time, or for whatever reason, he was expressly told and denied the ability to do it. Not that he was intending to, but they told him before he even asked, you cannot do any politicking. Tim Robinson was sent word from this employee through other employees of the city to him that if he chose to attend that event, he was prohibited from doing any campaigning. They would have no campaigning, no signs, nothing. Didn't apply to Jason Jolly.
Yeah.
Jason had a booth at that event. Jason had signs at that event and was campaigning. Here's photos of it. And the other 2 candidates were allowed to, were denied access to this event. It's a city event, city employee. I was told, if you've got a copy of this, I was told that a city employee was interviewing Wade Cresswell, our county mayor, videotaping it and said, this is our newly, or will be our newly elected mayor of Rockwood. So a city event, city employees campaigning for a candidate who's got a booth at an event that was denied to everybody else. Now, to me, this is clearly wrong. I don't know if it's legally wrong. I'm not a lawyer, don't know. I don't know if it's legally wrong. I don't know if it's certainly...
It's definitely not fair.
It's definitely not fair.
You can't tell one you can't do something.
You know, to me, this is just typical of the way we do some things here in town.
Yeah.
And, you know, I can't vote. I don't live in the city. I can have an opinion. Scott lives in the city. He can vote. But it's a clear chance to make some changes. It's going to be a change election across the whole nation. We've got a chance to try to elect some people that may want jobs in here, because certainly we don't have jobs in here now. I know a lot of jobs we don't have here, not through negligence, but intentionally.
Through the decisions of current government.
Yeah, and I you know, if we want to, I think we had another OD this weekend. We've got too many drugs in town. We've got too many homeless people in town. You had
somebody approach you right in front of your business.
Last week, end of last week, sunny day, got top off the Jeep, and I'm turning around to see what's behind me as I back out of my parking spot, and in my face is a homeless lady who says, I want $2. And, you know, that's what we've got.
Yeah.
I don't want that for our town. I want something better for our town. So I think it's important to kind of break the chain of the past and move into some different areas. And not, I think it's wrong if you ever have any kind of monolithic type government. We need debate, we need discussion, we need new ideas. And that's how you move forward, and I think that's what we need to do. But
it definitely needs to be an even playing field for all the candidates, and you can't just make up the rules as you go along.
And it just, to me, that just shows a blatant disregard for fairness.
Yeah.
And if they're going to disregard fairness, if they're gonna, that shows you what they think of us as a public.
Yeah.
Do we not require, or are we not entitled to fairness?
Right.
So. Anyway, that's my 2 cents.
It's crooked backwoods politics.
Feel free to disagree with me all you want to, and feel free to tell me I'm wrong. And if I've said anything wrong, hey, correct me.
Yeah.
But I don't think I am on this.
Well, and it's not fair. I mean, all these people who are running for office, they ought to have a preconceived, like in writing, here's the rules.
You would think that as many elections as we've gone through, that there would be hardly any gray area left.
Yeah.
And but maybe if the first issue with the signings, that's an interpretation of the rules and the date. Hey, there could be a ruling, and we need to get it tied down. So going forward, everybody's working off the same page.
Exactly.
That could be just a misinterpretation and different views of it.
But it's got to be fair.
But it needs to be fair, and it needs to be outlined. So hey, let's fix that one this time. For next time that everybody's treated the same way. The second issue, man, granted, I got this secondhand. I got from the other 2 candidates. And I know what happened with the third candidate.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's photos of that. So let's see if we can't get some fairness. That, I was kind of upset about the disparity of treatment between candidates. And I wanted to say something about it here, and I hope it didn't go too far.
Well, and it's especially not fair when the current government is allowing it for that one person and not the others. That's where it gets
we say current
really
government, and if the current administration wasn't aware, maybe they take some action against the employee that was doing that. I don't know, but it was clearly unfair. And I wouldn't mind hearing from some of the other council members and the mayor and say, hey, we didn't know that happened. Tell me that.
Yeah.
Or tell us that. It's not me. Say that publicly. We didn't know it was happening, and we should have corrected it.
Yeah.
And but hey, let's treat each other fairly. Let's respect each other. Let's have honest and fair elections. Let's find out what the candidates stand for.
Yeah.
And let's
make a good decision. I mean, elections we've been talking about. We're going to have some special shows.
Hopefully we can get the candidates in and talk to them about that. And definitely it's going to be something we ask them about.
Yeah.
And hey, if you're on with candidates and you think it's unfair, what we've learned, city attorney, talk to him, city hall, file a complaint, get it moving that way. And I think this council meeting may get interesting.
Yeah, and the next council meeting is September 26th.
Yeah.
Next Monday.
Week from today.
So again, we hope that it would be fair in the way it looks. It's that small town political games, and that's not cool.
That's not nice.
But hey, if you disagree, if you agree, whatever, send us an email, contact us. And again, we're trying to get information. That's the whole point of this show. Is we're in an area where it's hard to get information out to the public, and that's what we do. So again, we would like to see what the rules are and get that out to share it so everybody's on the same playing field. If you'd like to contact us, if you got an event, a fundraiser, birthday, any of that, John will tell you how to get a hold of us.
Yeah, you can email us at smalltownnetworklive@gmail.com. Probably the quickest and easiest way is to go to our Facebook page and message us directly at Small Town Network.
Yeah, so again, that wraps up another week here on Small Town Network. Great job to our Rockwood student reporter, really great one. Rockwood High School, you guys have a great homecoming. Don't forget, come out Friday for the homecoming parade. Lots going on again. Congratulations to Shelly Newport from Crossville for winning those 2 tickets to James Rogers. And don't forget, all you gotta do is go to the Small Town Network page itself, comment on this show, say I want to see James Rogers, and we'll enter you in and we'll announce that winner on Wednesday. So from everybody here at the Community News, I'm Scott Wilk.
I'm John Evans.
Hey, and have a great week, everybody.
Be good.